What's up, guys? I'm not using the mic right now. I forgot to charge up my mic and everything. But of course, this is Marky Mark, and I'm just taking a nice, easy stroll down the boulevard. Just a nice, simple stroll down the boulevard, guys. And I've been sitting out here for about an hour. It's not even 8 p.m. It's somewhere like maybe 7:50. And I've been sitting out here about an hour just watching the teenagers and the kids, the adults, the joggers, the runners, the bicyclers, the motorcyclers, the taxis, the cars. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing how everybody gets along. Everybody gets along. I mean, from being on the road, you got people that are, there you go, trikes and motorcycles, and then you got people on bicycles, people jogging and walking, crossing the street. Nobody gets hit. Nobody gets hit. There's no accidents. Nothing like that. It's just amazing to me. Everybody just gets along great. There's one of the buildings there in the gym there. There's the ocean, but you can't really see it. Can't really see it. But yeah. And so I just sat there for about an hour just kind of watching everybody. There was kids playing around, doing backflips, having fun, riding bicycles. While people were jogging, other people would be, sort of getting in their way, and they would just go around. There wasn't no cursing anybody out. There wasn't any, would you move out of the way, and all that stuff that we normally get back in the States. Here, it's none of that, man. And that's why I've been at so much peace. That's why I've been at so much peace, man, and just so content and relaxed. Because it's just a whole different world. And you really, I mean, everybody's just so well-mannered. I've been here, today is actually 16 days. 16 days. I keep looking to my right because I'm looking for my camera. My camera's on the left. So if you guys see me like this, look over there, it's because I gotta get used to my camera over here. But and I'm keeping it close to my face because I do not have my mic on, and I want you guys to be able to hear me. But yeah, people are actually out on the beach. Matter of fact, I'm looking at a family right now that have chairs and tables set up on the beach. I don't know if I'm gonna turn this around because I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'm gonna try to make it bigger. I'm gonna try to make it bigger right about now. Can you see that family there, guys? On the beach, just impromptu, just an impromptu, hey, let's go eat dinner on the beach. Let's go eat dinner and have a good time as a family on low tide, okay? Because they wouldn't be right there on high tide, they'd get washed away. But that's just the way it is here, man. Everything is about family, friendliness, non-aggression. Like I was saying, most of the fights here are foreigners against foreigners. I mean, really, it's the Western attitude against the Western attitude, and that's sad. But that's the way it happens, guys. It's sad, but it's true. And so when people ask me, Mark, why did you want to pick up? Well, first of all, I'm glad I did when I did. I'm glad I did when I did, because watching all the stuff that's going over there in the States with the TSAs, I think that's what it is, the TSA at the airports, and then you got ICE and all that other stuff going on, and people are just terrified and waiting in lines. I'm going to show you the family one more time. It won't show, but I'm going to show you the family one more time. On the beach, guys, on the beach, just enjoying themselves, not bothering anybody. They just picked up. They don't have to pay a fee or anything to do that, okay? They don't have to pay a fee or anything to do that. They just say, hey, let's bring our table and chairs out here and let's eat, okay? Let's eat. And that's exactly, and the thing is, guys, if I said that I'm not hungry because I still got KFC in my stomach, but if I were hungry and I walked down there and said, hey guys, could I please have something to eat? I haven't eaten in 2 days or whatever. Or I haven't eaten. I don't have to be 2 days. I'm gonna tell you something. They would welcome me in like family. They would welcome me in like family. Now I know y'all don't believe it. I know a lot of y'all don't believe it. That doesn't come from this culture. But guys, I'm gonna tell you, that's the way it is over here. And you know, I'm in DePolog right now. And truthfully, I don't know how long I'm gonna be in DePolog. I could be here for months. I could be here for a few more weeks. I could end up in CDO. I could end up in Dumaguete. I don't know where I'm going. I'm moving like water, man. I'm flowing like water. Wherever the flow takes me, that's where I'm going. Okay, wherever the flow takes me. But right now, I am extremely happy and enjoying DePolog. I'm enjoying, especially this boulevard, man. This boulevard gives me so much peace. It just relaxes me because I'm actually tired because I walk quite a bit. And my hips and my legs have been kind of giving out on me. And I was really worried. I was like, what's going on with my body, man? But I did get something to help me out. So I'm able to take a nice stroll now without a lot of pain, without a lot of discomfort. And but I wanted to do this vlog at night. I wanted y'all to see what the boulevard looked like at night. And it was actually jumping even more. It's not really jumping right now. People are just kind of casually, you know. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of this beautiful boulevard. You can't see the ocean, but if this was at nighttime, you could see a beautiful ocean. If this was around 6 o'clock, you could see the beautiful sunset. And but right now, all you see is blackness out there. And on the other side of that moon, that little dot there, on the other side of that moon, guys, is where I used to be, North Carolina. I remember when I used to walk my track. Some of y'all might remember on Facebook and YouTube, I'd be walking my track, right? I had a little track because I wanted to exercise and stuff. I knew that I was going to be doing a lot of walking here because I don't really take the trikes. I definitely don't take the motorcycle taxis. I walk because everything's within walking distance. But that was the reason why I did it back in North Carolina, is because I knew from experience that there's a lot of walking that takes place here in the Philippines. And yeah, so I prepared myself, and I'm going to continue to prepare myself because on April the 10th, I am going to conquer 3,003 steps, guys. I'm going to conquer 3,003 steps to the top of the peak. Now I'm saying this confidently that I'm going to conquer it. I'm saying this with confidence, not knowing that I can. But my game plan is this. I'm going to give myself 3 hours. I'm going to take what I need to take to relieve my pain. I've also got some 5-hour energy. I'm going to take that. And my purpose is that within 5 hours of starting, I'm not only going to make it to the top of the peak, but I'm also going to make it back down to the bottom. So it'll probably be a 3-part series. When I do this. 1,000 steps per hour. Take a little break, talk to you guys. Plus I want to show you what the steps are all about. It's the tracing of Jesus when he was, before he was, executed and everything. So, yeah, this is the ocean, guys. Yeah, I don't know why I'm showing it because you can't see it, but there's some people sitting out there on the chair there. You might be able to see them there. But yeah, so when I was back in North Carolina, I had a track that I walked, and I used to walk the track when it was cold. I used to walk the track, and folks used to ask me, why are you out here in the cold or in the rain walking? And the whole reason was, guys, is I wanted to toughen myself up. I wanted to get my legs and my knees and my feet right. because one is I knew there was a lot of walking to be done here in Philippines, and two, I already knew that Dipolog was where I wanted to, test out as my home. And then three, I knew I wanted to do those 3,003 steps. I wanted to do those 3,003 steps, and I knew I had to be in shape to do it, or at least in shape enough to do it. And as I said, I'm dedicating it to all the diabetics suffering from neuropathy in the world, and I'm dedicating it to my dad. So I'm going to be letting my dad know a couple of days before I do it, around April the 8th or so. I'm going to let my dad know to get ready to pull up YouTube on his TV, because I promised him that I was going to do a verbal dedication to him walking that track, and not walking the track, but doing those 3,003 steps. I was going to do a dedication to him, and I told him I wasn't going to fail. I said, Dad, you know how I am once I make up my mind. I made up my mind I was coming to the Philippines, and I did it. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. Like I said, I've been watching the news and stuff. I don't like to, but I don't want to be totally ignorant to what's going on in the world, because over here in the Philippines, it's day by day. These folks on the Boulevard, they're not worrying about no war. They're not worrying about no Trump. They're not worrying about no Putin. They're not worrying about none of that stuff. They're not worried about, you could probably hear music in the background. They're just enjoying their lives. They go to the market every day, get the food that they need to take care of their family, to take care of their kids. They just live day by day. They're not concerned. And if anything were, how you doing, sir? If anything were to happen, it would actually catch a lot of them by surprise. Because, we're not far from China and, those other countries that aren't necessarily allies with the United States. And they know it. They know, they know bad things could happen really quickly. Things could escalate. But right now, do they look worried? I mean, look at them.